Casino and Resort at Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. It's the Geary, Stein, and Steven show with your co-host Troy Geary. And yes, even Will Stein is here. And of course, your host, fresh off his one-man, legless tribute to Elvis Presley, the hardest working man in show business this week,
That
Dave
you?
Stevens.
That's right. 10,000 Elvis fans can't be wrong. So here we are, Rio Row. Of course, I've got my friend and just a wonderful man all the way around from head to toe, start to finish of his career and all the bumps and bruises that he's had in between. But he always comes out champion. And now he's not one of those agents that doesn't care about what the happens to the players after. And of course, he also works on the development and making them a better person. And we're talking about going back to the Warren Moon days. So Leigh Steinberg joining us. It's tradition here on Radio Row. I think it was our most watched episode of over 1.5 million downloads. So thank you for your ratings and thanks for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Wouldn't be Radio Row without you, Dave.
And I was just talking the other day about the story when we first met because there's so much space in this Radio Row. And if you remember back to Minnesota, it was all compact. And here's this guy with Mike's calling over candies and bags because I just wanted to meet Leigh. When I worked at ESPN, we had done stories on him and his big environment. So here's this legless guy sticking his hand up. Leigh looks down and shakes my hand, and friendship began.
I thought I looked up.
So Leigh, I'll say, what are you here doing? Because you've got so many events, and people don't realize the philanthropy work that you do. You've got so many events, night, day, especially this Saturday, and the expansion of the Leigh Steinberg Super Bowl party to add so many more dimensions to it. So talk a little bit about it.
Well, first of all, having a quarterback in the game is probably the excelsior of representing athletes because this game will take one player or a couple players who have great performances and turn them into household names. And so they'll transcend the narrow genre of football fans. But we use Saturday afternoon for it'll be my 37th Super Bowl party, and we're raising money for Special Olympics. Last year we did the homeless, and then we're going to have a poker tournament celebrity with Jamie Gold and Phil Hellmuth, and also a esports competition. Dave, Michigan's going to play Michigan State, two colleges. And we'll do a concussion seminar where we'll talk about prevention, awareness, and cure. And a brain body lounge where we focus on new healing techniques and modalities, whether it's stem cells or hyperbaric oxygen. So it's sort of a showplace for, and we give humanitarian awards to an owner, a executive, a coach, a player, a retired player.
I was lucky to get one. I was humbled that you gave me one a couple of
And
years
it's a
ago.
big one.
Yes, it's still every time you see our show, you see it behind me, a picture of Leigh and I. And again, Leigh's been so supportive of my career with Runway of Dreams and all of the efforts that we make. And we are going to team up and try to make a difference, especially for youth, because I think that's one of the biggest pushes that you're trying to do is to educate our youth and give them those opportunities that they wouldn't have otherwise without your efforts.
Well, what you're trying to do with role modeling is trigger imitative behavior. So I'll give you an example. I represented the heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis in boxing, and Lennox cut a public service announcement that said, "Real men don't hit women." That could do more to trigger behavioral change in rebellious adolescents about domestic violence than 1,000 authority figures ever could. So you're trying to use the celebrity of football and of all sports to make a difference in the world in a positive way. So we asked the players to go back to the high school community, collegiate community, and professional community and set up programs that enhance the quality of life, charitable foundations, scholarship funds, making a positive impact.
All right, let's talk a little business here because I think it's fascinating to have Patrick Mahomes' agent here. So, what is that like when it's that level of the biggest superstar quarterback in the agent? What are you actually doing for his best interests and as far as what that.
Well, he's got a good co-agent in Chris Cabot, and frankly, Patrick's so mature that he charts his own course. He is always working out. He's always preparing. He never has a real downtime in the off season because he's focused and prepared. So right now, once a player's contract is done, then you're trying to see what they could be doing in the outside world and preparing them for second career.
And so, when you come to an event like this, do you get much interaction with him while you're in town?
No, he pretty much locked up, and it's different players have different systems. Troy Aikman used to count the days back to when the game is and shut it down like on Friday or Thursday. And so the only player who ever came to one of our Super Bowl parties playing in the Super Bowl was Ben Roethlisberger. And I was surprised to see him, but he went out and won the next day. So there you go.
Well, Troy Geary is out at the halftime show. He just texted me because he wanted to be over here and he missed you and he wanted to thank you. I think he won tickets last year by his amazing pick.
Well, what we do is we allow people to do picks, and I think we had 400 people enter this year, and one got them all right.
And of course, that's coming up this weekend. Are tickets still available for those that want to donate and be a part of the event?
Sure. Go to steinbergsports.com. And again, it's a whole lot of fun. It's a daytime party with ambient sound. If nobody's overcrowded, you can actually network and have a real conversation, Dave.
And so many movers and shakers and inspirations, and I think Steve Anderson. There's all kinds of great legends that are going to be that. And so let's also talk about the new phase of the NFL and college. How much tougher is your job now with NILs and all of the college things going on? And do you see it as a good thing for the athletes, or do you see a huge problem with all this moving colleges around and the payments that we're hearing and boosters and things like that? I mean, you've had to re-educate yourself in this entire process.
Yes, because it's the biggest change in terms of college athletics I've ever seen. The conference realignment is one thing that destroys traditional rivalries and adds travel time. Then you have NILs. And so it's not just players in college, it's teens and people in high school are now doing their own marketing. And they're now doing their own branding. So what it means is, where ordinarily a football player, I certainly wouldn't talk to him and his family till their junior year. Now you may have to do the same discussion in high school, and I certainly am not prepared for that.
And I don't think those kids are mentally either, as emotionally. It's going to be, and I think we're going to see a big scandal at some time of a booster that's just opened up the pockets and just said, okay, almost like Dion bringing everybody into Colorado and everything like that, and all of the breakups. Again, the bottom line is about money. And now these, the networks are going to buy the rights, and the Pac-10 is dissolved. How do you feel living out here so long about the disappearance of, the Pac-12, but USC, UCLA not going to play ASU? Like, all those things are going away because of the revenue.
I don't like it. I mean, I grew up rooting for Pac-10, Pac-12 sports, growing up in Los Angeles and going to school in Berkeley. So I'm not a huge fan of conference realignment, but look, we're devolving now into a system where there will be 4 or 5 mega conferences, and they won't need the NCAA. They'll negotiate their own television contracts. They'll negotiate their own rules and govern themselves. And I think we're in the last 5 years of the NCAA.
And it just seems like everything is above board that was done under the board for like teams like SMU and those guys back
Well, remember,
in the day.
there were always alums and agents supplementing the income of players. Had the NCAA moved quicker, had they moved more quickly to expand the amount of money that an underprivileged athlete comes from the home and sending part of the scholarship money home, if they supplemented that income, Dave, those players would have been happy with $5,000, not $10 million.
Yeah, and it's it all. You're going to need good advice from agents and family. And speaking of family, you've got such a wonderful, diverse group of children that have really become successful. Talk a little bit about Jonathan and your daughters and the impact and how proud you are for the accomplishments, especially with Jonathan and his sight issues, and he can get around better at basketball games than you and I can.
Oh, he can. He's got a bucket list. So he goes to more concerts, athletic events, more tourist sites, more everything. My older two boys contracted a disease called retinitis pigmentosa, and it starts with night blindness and then leads to the narrowing of the visual field. And so I've encouraged them to focus on what they can do and what's still possible in their lives. And so they go to movies, they go to concerts. My oldest, John, uh, had an apartment downtown in Los Angeles and made his way to the Clipper game on his own, and found a seat. So they've been remarkably resourceful, and thanks to you, John had a platform in the Disability Network to be able to do a podcast.
And your daughters as well. They've
And
been
my
huge contributors to your
Yes,
success.
my daughter is just a ray of sunshine in wherever, and she's living in Dallas now.
So, what is the future for you? I mean, you've been doing this so long, you don't need to do it anymore. But I know you want to do good. I know the initiative is, but how much longer? I see the coaches in college football walking away because it's too much. It's like, are you seeing that on the horizon?
No, I pick all the activities I love in life and call them a career. So I'm in the middle of writing my third book. We're doing agent academies for younger agents to train them. I'm pushing a whole lot of new modalities, like we said, hyperbaric oxygen, stem cells, red, blue, and white light, nanoV, and some cognitive solutions, Dave, that actually can cure a impaired brain. And so I'm going to continue working on all those issues and probably represent an athlete or two.
As we wrap you up, before we get your prediction, I think one of the most important things and that I've seen and noticed since we've been together and friends is the impact that you leave on these athletes. And I'm talking about guys like Warren Moon, that you're not their agent, yet you are still friends, and the impact that you had in life with them early, setting that plateau of getting involved with your community. How should you act around people? Make it look, that people are looking at you and that impression. So how much does that mean to you that those friendships, again, even though they're not getting paid, you're seeing Warren Moon, you're hanging out with these people, in all the cities that you go to. There's a lot of love for Leigh.
That's really the fun in this, is growing close to the clients. When you start to experience, Dave, it's your listening skills. It's being able to draw out another human being and understand what they really value in life and what will fulfill them. And so it's their deepest anxieties and fears and their greatest hopes and dreams. And if you can capture that, then you have a roadmap to successfully helping someone develop a fulfilling life.
All right. Well, as we wrap up, am I even supposed to ask you for a prediction in the game, given the skin that you have in this game? Or just what are you looking for in this matchup?
I think it'll be a close game. I think Kansas City, with Mahomes and their experience, probably ekes one out.
Is it weird they're the underdog, though? Because everybody's talking about Kansas City, and it's almost, even though the spread or whatever is in San Francisco's favor, everyone keeps saying they've been here, he's won it twice, that it's theirs.
Some of sports is how hot you are at the end of a season, how much you've come together. And Kansas City did not have its classic season this year. There were bumps and drops, but they've come together now. So again, I think it'll be pretty evenly matched. But at the end of it, I have a slight pull for Kansas City.
Well, it's always great to have you here. Just your smile always lights me up around. This man, I mean, he gives give so much, and just again what he's overcome. How many years sober?
Well, next month, if I play my cards right and follow my program, I'll be 14 years of continuous sobriety.
Wow. Congratulations. And health good? Everything going okay?
Yes, everything's great.
All right. Leigh Steinberg joining us on Radio Row. And, of course, all of the guests on the Geary, Stein, and Steven show get this wonderful charger from, upside down, Serendipity Yacht, Cruises and Events. And, of course, you can follow Leigh Steinberg on all of their platforms and social media.
And you can collect this trading card, the exclusive Dave Stevens. Honus Wagner's got nothing on Dave Stevens.
I wish. Oh, I remember when John Candy and Gretzky bought those cards. So, holy cow. But it's always great to see Leigh. And, again, if you log on, check out. There's still time locally to get to this amazing event. And, of course, we got e-games going on. You got the poker going on. And, of course, the event itself with some of the biggest movers and shakers because it's such a great cause. So, Leigh joining us on Radio Row. I'm going to pay a couple of bills here, come back and wrap up things here. Geary, Stein, and Stevens live, Mandalay Bay. Continue to join us. Hi, everybody. Dave Stevens from the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show. And, you know, Troy and I are on the road all the time covering games, doing things, my motivational speaking. But I have connected with LifeWave, which has really changed my life. And it's an amazing patch that not only helps me to live my life, it keeps me very active. Tammy Wellman is joining me. And now, Tammy, you put these patches on me. It is a stem cell regeneration plan. But tell us a little bit more how it works.
Yeah, so these patches are amazing. They're wearable wellness. They're non-transdermal patches. Nothing goes in your body. Your body gives off light. They capture it and they activate your body's own repair system. Your body goes to work to heal things that are in need of healing. Pain reduction, things like that.
It gave me an opportunity to play in the Celebrity Softball Classic. This video of my base hit, I wouldn't have done it without these patches. So please, if you want to know more about this product, go to patchit.life. LifeWave, it's changing my life. Hi, everybody. Dave Stevens here for the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show from Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Rays. And you know what? Not everybody can be a Major League Baseball player, but you can look like $1 million. What's the best way to do that? Well, go to freshcleanthreads.com. Don't believe me? That's right. You can look professional, feel good, and not spend a lot of money by wearing Fresh Clean Threads. They have amazing shirts. They've got Henleys and polos, long sleeves, and even bomber jackets. And if you like them, you can save some money by typing in the show code GSS Show from the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show to save 20% off. So if you can't be a major leaguer and you want to dress like one, well, go to freshcleanthreads.com. That's freshcleanthreads.com. Tell them Dave sent you. Use that code GSS Show. That's right, and this is the place to be this weekend, because if we're in Vegas, you should be betting, right? I think that's what everybody's done. I actually stopped by a real machine, to put in some money last night. $50 later, I did not win, but that's the luck of the draw here in Las Vegas. A lot of winners, a lot of losers, but all winners here on Radio Row with some of the stars. I mean, we just had back-to-back stars with Kurt Warner, Steve Largent, and then Leigh Steinberg sitting down. So it's been a great day so far. Troy Geary over at the halftime show, getting ready to hopefully interview or get somewhat close to some of the people that are in that. But we are here. We're going to continue to be live. Rumor has it we might be getting Kellen Winslow around 1 o'clock. We've got Isla Toperta, UFC fighter, coming up at 11, and we got Rick Harrison from Pawn Stars walking around here, and allegedly Wayne Newton is somewhere around here. So we're going to try to do our best to grab Mr. Las Vegas and see if we can get a little bit of time with him. And we are going to wrap things up, but we are so thankful for our sponsors that are helping us here. And as we told you about La Fratellanza Cigars, go to lataferranzacigars.com, type in that show code GSS20 for 20% off of these brand new, just released cigars from the company. And these are the inaugural edition of the cigars. They're hand rolled and they come from the Dominican Republic, and it's just if you're going to join the brotherhood, you're going to want to get these. And anybody that is a cigar aficionado, you're going to want these. So go to that website, type in the show code GSS show for 20% off. And of course, we've got other sponsors like Serendipity Yacht, cruises and events. Check out that little QR code. It'll take you right to their website. You can start booking things for 2024 or go to syccruises.com. That's syccruises.com. Also, our friends at iTattoo and Incredivan. iTattoo is an amazing new technology where they bring in this thing. You jump in it, you type in what you want for that tattoo, and a couple of minutes later, you've got a non-permanent tattoo that mom won't be mad about, that will wash off. And, of course, Incredivan, which has all kinds of vending machines around the country, Skittles, all kinds of candy machines, two great organizations and great sponsors of the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show. Plus, if you're watching the Disability Channel, because we're here, you can help out the Disability Channel by looking at these two QR codes. You can buy the tickets to be a part of the 50-50 raffle, or you can click on the other QR code and donate to the Disability Channel, helping to empower veterans to achieve more and to do more. The sky's the limit. So thank you to the Disability Channel. Whew! And thank you to our guests. I'm going to wrap things up here for a couple minutes, go take a bathroom break and see what's going on. But you've been watching Geary, Stein, and Stevens. Leigh Steinberg, such a great guy. We'll see him at that party this Saturday. So don't go away. Continuing to be live from Radio Row at Mandalay Bay, I'm Dave Stevens. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a bit.
Thank you for watching the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show from Super Bowl 58. You can watch all of the episodes at yourhometv.com or download the Your Home TV app on Roku. Follow the boys on all social media and podcast apps.